Ever thought about entering a photographic competition? What it is the judges look for? What makes a great image? Will it help improve my photography? Hopefully in the next few minutes I'll be able to answer a few of your questions. Can photographic competitions improve your photography? Photographic competitions will not be for everybody. Totally understand that. But there can be a place to grow your skills, or there can be a place to lose heart with your work. So you have to be careful with them, depending on your strengths, and your strengths of character to a degree. The one thing you should always keep in mind is that if you like your images, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters. Photographic competitions come in different forms, from local camera clubs to big international salons. One thing to understand about the different levels in these is the level of judging involved. Your local camera club will only usually involve one judge, and it will be their opinion on the images that produce a winner. International competitions will involve several judges, and images will be scored with a point system, and then the accumulation of these points will lead to producing a winner. What's also quite common to see in local camera club judging is the winner being picked because the particular judge happens to be a fan of a particular genre, and an image in that genre is more than likely to win. So if you've got a judge that likes dogs, it's a pretty good chance a dog may win over a landscape. Whereas with national and international competitions, images will be judged through criteria. This, in my opinion, is a much fairer way, and the only way you can judge an image of a dog, say, against an image of a landscape. So can this help your photography move forward? For me, the personal answer is yes. My time competing in competitions certainly helped my photographic work and lifted the standard of my images. Firstly, it made me a much better technical photographer. By this I mean the understanding of what makes a good technical image, with highlights being at a certain level, along with shadows. Highlights should never be what is called in the trade as blown, with no detail being recorded, and shadows should retain detail throughout and not be blacked or blocked, as the trade calls it. With a colour image, white balance should be correct and not have a cast across the image, say magenta or cyan. Images should be sharp where they need to be, with the focus being on the main interest in the image. I've been involved with judging now for several years, both within local and international competition, and the judging system I use is one that I've been taught to use, and what I use is a points-based criteria one. Number one being impact. Impact is the sense one gets upon viewing an image for the first time. Compelling images evoke laughter, sadness, anger, pride, or other intense emotions. And there can be impact, to be honest, in any of the next 12 elements I'm going to mention to you. Technical excellence is the print quality of the image itself, as it's presented for viewing. Retouching, manipulation, sharpness, exposure, printing, mounting and correct colour are some of the items that speak about the qualities of the physical print. Creativity. Is the image original, fresh, an external expression of the imagination of the author by using the medium to convey an idea or a message or thought? Style. Style is defined in a number of ways as it implies to a creative image. It might be defined by a specific genre, or simply by recognisable forms from its characteristics of how a specific artist applies light to a subject. It can impact an image in a positive manner when the subject matter and the style are appropriate for each other, or it can have a negative effect when they are at odds. If things and elements aren't working together, it's never going to work. Composition. Composition is important to the design of an image, bringing all of the visual elements together to express the purpose of the image. Proper composition holds the viewer in the image and prompts the viewer to look where the author intends. Effective composition can be pleasing or disturbing depending on the intent of the author. Presentation. Presentation affects the image by giving it a finished look. The mats and borders used, either physical or digital, should support and enhance the image, not distract from it. Be careful with this, as some competitions state no borders, so read the rules first, as you don't want to be disqualified for not adhering to them. Colour balance. This supplies harmony to an image. An image in which the tones work together, effectively supporting the image, can enhance the emotional appeal. Colour balance doesn't always have to be harmonious though, as this can be used to evoke diverse feelings and emotions and for a good effect. Centre of interest. Centre of interest is the point or points on the image where the author wants the viewer to stop as they view the image. There can be primary or secondary centres of interest. Occasionally, there will be no specific centre of interest when the entire scene collectively serves as a centre of interest, such as maybe a landscape. Lighting. The use and control of light refers to how dimensional or the shape and roundness are defined in the image. Whether the light applied to an image is man-made or natural doesn't matter. Proper use of it should enhance the image. Subject matter. This should always be appropriate to the story being told in the image. Technique. Technique is the approach used to create the image. Printing, lighting, posing, capture, presentation, media. More and more of these parts are all part of the technique applied to an image. Storytelling. Storytelling refers to the image's ability to evoke imagination. One beautiful thing about art is that each viewer might collect their own message or read their own story into an image. As a final point, I'll refer to an earlier statement in that you should not get too disheartened if you don't score well or your images don't do as well as you'd hoped. This could be for several reasons. You'll undoubtedly have a personal connection with your images. That's never a good thing for a judge, because a judge will look at an image totally cold. They have no history behind the image and no history behind what was involved taking it. You can quite easily miss an obvious mistake until it's pointed out. I've seen watermarks left on images, bad editing, bad cloning marks. I've done it myself. We all make mistakes. It's easily done. Dust spots. Dust spots are the judge's heaven for failing things. They'll always cost you marks, so check your images at 100%. Sometimes it's handy as well to get a second set of eyes to look over your image, as this can lead to faults being picked up that you can easily miss as the author. And once these points are pointed out, you wonder how you ever managed to miss them. We've all done that too. It's not difficult to do. A second set of eyes, looking at it cold, totally helps. As I said at the beginning though, competition is not for everybody, and the most important thing is, if you like the images you're taking, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that's important. Competition is one thing, your love of photography is another. And competitions, they're like qualifications to a degree. It comes down to the ticking box scenario. If you want to improve, maybe try a few competitions. I hope this video has helped and given you a little insight into competition on photographic competitions. And if you'd like notification of future videos, please feel free to subscribe to gavinprest.com on the website. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye for now.